Announced that Pope Francis has died at the age of 88.
This is a live look at Rome you are about to see here. This is the Pope in the Pope-mobile yesterday. It's a live look at the Vatican. The death was announced this morning, just before 3 o'clock Chicago time, as church bells rang across Rome. The Pope suffered from a chronic lung disease, and in his mid-20s, he had part of a lung removed. He had battled double pneumonia in his final months.
Pope Francis died just hours after his final Easter appearance.
Courtney's in the newsroom to examine the Pope's life and legacy. Courtney?
Robin and Larry, good morning. Pope Francis was the first Latin American pontiff to hold the Catholic Church's highest office. The reformer from Argentina spent his 12-year papacy focusing on social justice, the poor, and environmental issues.
My own experience is that he had a wonderful, endearing sense of humor.
Known for living a humble life, appealing to both believers and non-believers alike, the leadership of Pope Francis, far different from his predecessors. The Latin American pontiff was a transformative leader, breaking tradition from the start while also facing strong resistance to his reforms. This was the announcement from the Vatican on the 88-year-old's death.
Fratelli et sorelle.
Dear brothers and sisters, with deep sorrow I must announce the death of our Holy Father Francis. At 7:35 this morning, the Bishop of Rome, Francis, returned to the house of the Father. His entire life was dedicated to the service of the Lord and his Church. He taught us to live the values of the gospel with fidelity, courage, and universal love, especially towards the poorest and most marginalized. With immense gratitude for his example as a true disciple of the Lord Jesus, we commend the soul of Pope Francis to the infinite merciful love of the triune God.
Just one day before his death, the Pope emerging in a surprise appearance for the first time since his hospitalization. He greeted Easter crowds outside the Vatican. The pontiff spent his final days in service of the Church, taking part in a more scaled-back manner, stepping back from leading Holy Week and Easter services. It comes on the heels of more recent worsening respiratory health issues, which included a long hospitalization and a recent bout of double pneumonia. His passing sending shockwaves across the world. WGN's Dina Baer sat down with Cardinal Blaise Cupich to reflect on the Pope's life and legacy.
He looked for an opportunity to make a joke, to set people at ease. And it was done in such a way that let people know that they could relax in front of him. He was an individual who was curious about other people. He wanted to hear what they had to say, even if they brought up tough subjects.
Vice President J.D. Vance, who converted to Catholicism in 2019, meeting briefly with Pope Francis on Easter Sunday.
I know you've not been feeling great, but it's good to see you in better health.
Francis, who made caring for migrants a trademark of his papacy, has spoken out against the Trump administration's deportation policies, urging Catholics to reject anti-immigrant narratives. But none of that was on the table during their meeting, just a friendly exchange of Easter greetings between the two men.
And the rosaries for your wife, for your children.
The vice president this morning saying on X his heart goes out to Christians all over the world who loved Pope Francis. It reads in part, quote, "I was happy to see him yesterday, though he was obviously very ill, but I'll always remember him for the below homily he gave in the very early days of COVID. It was really quite beautiful."
Le paure, perché lui li vinca, come I discepoli.
Now, the Pope's death will prompt a period of mourning. After it, his successor will be chosen during a gathering of cardinals, all under 80, that are charged with electing a new pope. It typically takes about 2 to 3 weeks for that process to unfold. In the newsroom, Courtney Spinelli, back to you.
Thank you, Courtney. Joining us now is